Back to video game. I swear to God, this is the last time we're gonna have to start this game. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Hey! Are you saying that you don't like, you say you don't like video game music, and instead you wanted the sweet rock from that last song? Okay.
Once upon a time, there was a plucky squire.
A plucky
named
squire.
Jot.
Jot!
Jot lived in the land of Mojo. A land of
okay,
creativity.
so this run should realistically take about an hour 55.
Mojo was ruled by the gentle queen.
So, which gives me time to go shopping after and then clean.
He defended the
No
land
time
from
for
the
guitar,
nefarious sorcerer,
unfortunately.
Humgrumble,
How long have I been streaming? 50 minutes.
which everyone very
And
much
we're only
appreciated.
just starting the game now.
Good. Well,
Don't put words in my mouth. What? Wait, what words did I put in your mouth? Oh, that you're liking the music more than
Jot
video
was
game music?
also a
How
writer
dare you not like video
and
game
would
music?
transcribe his many adventures in book form. These tales were avidly read by all the people of the land, who found
So-
them quite gripping.
Okay, we're about to start. Next long cutscene we have, I have stuff to show.
Jot awoke one
Which actually I don't
fine
think is until an hour 20 minutes in.
and pluckily leapt from his bed.
This is one of the longest cutscenes in the game.
From afar, he could hear some
No, it
rather
is.
exciting
100%.
music.
But it's
He
fine.
got
This is actually
dressed
like could
and
be
went
bathroom
to
break too, which I've
investigate.
used as a bathroom break when practicing.
Chapter 1. Some serious beeswax.
If I take extra time to get 1 or 2 more coins, don't question it because I just really need them after that last run.
This was a
Actually, I can
house
show you
of the
now.
good wizard
So,
Moonbeard.
I like chewing on
Jot's
toothpicks
close
far too
friend
much.
and mentor.
So I went out. I didn't went out. I went on the internet. I found
Jot, my lad.
flavored toothpicks.
I'm
All
on
of
a
these are
roll
different
here,
flavors of
traveling
toothpicks.
to new musical realms. Since you're here,
I have sassy
I have a
strawberry,
small
blazing
favor to
peach,
ask.
ratchet raspberry, wild watermelon, cocky cola, macho mint, and mango madness.
Wax.
Mango is my favorite so
I
far.
need more wax, lad. To press more records.
This is a different
you
one.
know.
Most of the streamers who are sponsored
Would
by
you go
I
to
think it's
Honey
Natura
Bee
Pine,
and get some wax from Benny B.
but it's based out of the U.S. and
here
obviously
will
there's
accompany
issues with. Well, they're not issues. It's just very expensive to ship stuff from the U.S. to Canada right now. So I went with this company, who I believe is based out of Europe. Because Europe was cheaper to ship from than the US. Tells you a lot, doesn't it? Okay, that is a situation where I almost scrolled the page before getting the light bulb, which is obviously not great. Also, the reason I'm kind of like really going like hard on the fact of I want to get games ready for GDQ is I'm going to
Honey
SGDQ
Peak.
no matter what. There's a Norwegian streamer I watched that got sponsored by them. Yo, that's me. I am Norwegian. Legitimately. That is my heritage. So it's just like you're watching the same person.
Now this.
What was I
really
saying before
quite
I got distracted with that?
precarious.
I don't know. Alright. Did you just have a baby last month? No, I'm planning to have a baby in 9 months when GTA 6 comes out. Unironically, I have talked to my work and already told them I'm taking time off in November. And they have assured me that I will get the time off. All right, y'all. Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
The honey badger seemed
Sorry, not Mike
rather
Tyson's. This is just
annoyed.
Punch Out.
Jot prepared for a dust-up.
Oh, I pressed too early. There we go. That can happen.
The beast was bested.
You like my brightly colored
Plucky
Awala bottle?
Squire,
I love
triumphant.
this. Legitimately, I bought it because I saw a YouTuber I watch had it in one of their videos, and I was like, that is the brightest colored water bottle I've ever seen, and I want it so badly. The only reason I bought the bottle. Okay. My plan was to feed my cat so she wouldn't be bothering me around dinner time. I fed her like half an hour ago, or right around when I started stream. She's going to bother me now. But I set it up so that on this, I got a new cat post a while ago. And it kind of works out where she sleeps, which is on the lower little part right there. You can see her.
Down they fell.
But unfortunately, she's not doing it right now, and she's scratching her face on my computer. Why? What are you doing?
It was time to confer with
Can you just
Moonbeam.
go lie down, please? No, no, we're not getting on my lap right now. That is not what's happening. Hi. That is not what's happening. I know.
It was Violet.
She's unhappy with me.
Violet was a trainee with
Unsurprisingly.
a love of art.
I'm so sad. This
And
cat post has like the
Joss,
top part there,
childhood
which is
friend.
cushy. This flat part, which is the worst part of the whole thing. And then a house on the lower level. She only uses that flat part. That's the most, like, it's the worst part of it. The only part she uses. The least comfortable part of the cat post is where she uses to sleep. Wrong side of the sign. Oh, it annoys me too much. Okay, hi, cat. Well, she's on my lap now. Can you... Okay, you're sitting on my lap. You're so happy. Could you not be sitting on my headphone cable? That is the only request I have. I'm gonna ignore those two. I feel like I have a lot of currency right now. I like the blue, but not the orange. Oh, and the water bottle. How dare you not like part of my water bottle? Brainiac, you're the one who's supposed to like my water bottle. What the hell? Okay, we're on a good pace. We have legitimately the amount of currency I'm supposed to have by this part. I don't have a good answer. I don't have a good answer for you there.
Oh, bother.
I'm gonna split after it says the chapter.
2. Tome Tower.
When it says chapter blank, that's when I split. I got sick of seeing orange at uni, not my fault.
Our heroes.
Did your
hung on
did
to
your
the
uni have
cliff's edge by their
like their orange
fingernails.
as their main thing?
When suddenly,
Oh my god.
they were grabbed
There's no mods here, are there?
and hoisted up.
I can't tab out or it's going to pause my game.
By who? By Thrash.
My cat just jumped off my
Thrash
lap
was
and
a
took her
mountain
headphone.
troll.
Took my headphone wire with her.
And Jot and Violet's childhood friend.
Hold on, can I open my chat on
The
my
trio
phone?
had not been together for quite a while, and so were very happy to be reunited.
Crap, I don't have enough time right now. Somebody tell Taco! Somebody tell Taco to get back here right now and stop playing F1. He's not doing his job. But we have more than enough currency this time. This is perfect. Okay. Back down this place. Damage boost a couple times. For some reason, rolling into that doesn't, like, I don't take damage from it. I don't fully know why. So the fact that you can jump and attack, like, in kind of like, in like the fraction of a second, like, Torc cutscenes and crap, is something I abuse later. And actually is the whole thing of one of the skips that I added into me routing this game. Okay. 75 is nice. 75 is okay. This should be the last time we have to go through here. I promise. I think. Currency, currency, currency. We haven't even gotten to the cool parts of the game yet. That's what annoys me. Oh my god, why are you over here? Okay, actually, at least I don't have any more bushes I have to kill in this area. Did I ever finish my rant about GTA? I've been playing way too much GTA. Like, exclusively GTA Online. Like, I was planning to take this week and just not play it anymore. And then the weekly update they put out was actually good. Like, it's not motorcycle businesses for the first time in so long. You do actually have to attack the word forest there, otherwise it will not auto-swap later. Okay, don't... ignore the light bulb up there, like, we will grab it. But that's like, we'll grab it later. We automatically have to go grab it. Obviously when we move the cat food into the area. It took me some time to really get used to how far you throw stuff in this game. But getting used to it is, like, really important. So yeah, this is like a new skip somebody found in the Discord. Wow, really? And it hasn't really been implemented. So not having to run back saves a few seconds. The cat's gonna keep talking here for a little bit. Once you hear the do-do-do-do, we're all done. And then we just walked it up. I would try and throw that, but my throwing at angles has been so iffy in this game. Yeah, we definitely have enough now. We have 159.
Our trio stopped in their tracks. There, on the horizon, loomed Toad Tower.
Toad Tower! Alright. A little bit of dialogue we gotta skip here, and then y'all remember how, the beetle shows up? Yep, there's the beetle. Holy shit, it's only one though, so it's not the Beatles. Okay. Yeah, you can see what RNG does. Because I definitely haven't killed much more. I maybe killed a couple more enemies at most, and I already have 166. Like, I can actually calm down with my collection here a little bit. I can cut off a little bit of the route for them. Should I? Probably not. Will I? Yes. Okay, that guy, this guy flies around enough that I don't care too much about letting him go. I don't remember what this person's name is. We learn it in a couple pages. Yeah, like this is just RNG with the currency. And we got really unlucky that last time. Holy, like, look at that! We have 197 already! Like, I don't know. There are certain, like, I love this game. But sometimes the RNG of the currency gets to me. Also, you know, if you don't have the correct timing there, you can just hit that guy. I have some Norwegian. That's wicked. We love Norwegian DNA. All right, we got enough. Okay. All right, now we get to the point. Remember earlier how I said there's only one person that used camera in their run? Here's why. Welcome to the main trick of the game. That's sword flying. We can sword fly over pretty much anything. The only time we can't sword fly at stuff is when it would crash the game, which there's more than you'd expect. Okay. We're climbing some stairs.
His way up the steep steps.
This part is mostly just spam. Wow, he's holding a book. Where did he find that? It's almost like in the book it says that we defeat him.
And so, the Plucky Squire once again defeated the wretched wizard Humgrump.
Wow, we defeated him again! Game over. Credits. Wow, world record! Unfortunately, it's not that easy. Remember how I said this game has a cool little quirk to it? This is why I wanted to play this game so badly. There you go. So, we are 3D now. The main thing about this right now, though, is because we don't have our sword. But it makes sense later as well. Not having your sword means you can't dodge roll, which means that one of my fingers gets to relax from not pressing shift every 20 seconds. 20 seconds? Every, like, 0.2 seconds. What am I talking about? Wow, somebody's talking. Who is that? Is there someone out there? Are we the ones out there? Alright, ooh, okay, we got good carrot RNG. Bad grape RNG, because it pushed us out of the way a little bit. Alright, so yeah, this caterpillar, its name is Paige. We love Paige. For one reason and one reason only. anytime Paige is in the 3D world, Paige has the fastest dialogue to skip. Like, when we're 3D, you can go, like, as fast as you can spam is how fast you get through Paige's dialogue. Okay. Here we go. Move this block off. And we're 3. Okay. Yeah, the ability to move through 2D and 3D in this game is just so cool. So wow, a beetle. That's creepy, isn't it? Wonder what this beetle's doing. I wonder if it's going to be an issue for us at any point. So, beetle, one hit kills you. Which obviously is not good, but it's only because we don't have our sword right now. We can just skip that entire puzzle pretty much by just picking up the dice and throwing it at the first one. This is a spot where I have fallen too much, where I'm not taking a risky route right now. This beetle is annoying. This beetle has a path that you can't actually go immediately. Because obviously it's going to look down here. Like, I can go behind it now. It rams the wall. If you do that too early, there's obviously going to be an issue. Here's another example of how fast you can spam through Paige's dialogue. There we go. That was like 8 pages of dialogue. Can't get it page from Paige. See, look at how fast that is. It's so nice. This is a little point of just skipping some stuff as well. Pretty much, we'd have to go pick up a dice to knock over those dominoes, but we don't actually have to do that. We can just jump up that little ledge and skip the whole area. And get a glove. What does this glove do, I ask? I ask, you ask. Brainiac, you're asking. Specifically you, Brainiac. This glove is going to let us do something really cool. What would you do when you're outside of a storybook and a book is closed on you? I mean, I would personally open the book. Maybe that's what we're going to do. But how would we open the book? Whoa, it's by pressing Q! There we go. So we actually broke the game a little bit there by holding A as fast as we did. Or like holding A in that part.
Chapter 3, Moonbeard.
Welcome to Chapter 3, Moonbeard. Chapter 3, Moonbeard is very fast. This is mostly just a dialogue and showing you like how you can turn pages kind of stuff. It's like a 3-minute chapter, I think. Like legitimately, I'm just spamming through dialogue. The entire chapter. So how's the day going? Moonbeard's gonna talk to us when we're out of the book here. Moonbeard's gonna be like, manipulate the pages! We go back a couple pages to Moonbeard's house. Because Moonbeard wants his soda. Moonbeard wants caffeine. I mean, actually, I don't know if it's a diet soda or not. He doesn't actually tell us. Yeah, pretty much he's just like, here, you can go do this. You can go back, grab stuff from other pages, bring it forwards. That's essentially what this tutorial told us. There's only really one part of the game where we're going to use that, but not in the intentional way. So we're gonna get our sword back. Getting our sword back obviously means we can dodge roll again, which is very nice. Shut up, me. I opened up my phone to try and delete a message with the auto mod thing, and it just didn't work. Yeah. And guess what? That was the chapter for Moonbeard.
And so our heroes set off to Artia City to visit the good Queen Chroma.
I don't know how to do it.
Chapter 4. A treacherous trail.
Yeah, look, that wasn't even a 3-minute chapter. This is the first chapter where we really get to start doing some cool tricks. And by cool tricks, I mean you're gonna see a lot of sword flying. There's gonna be a couple situations where I want to move during a like little cutscene as well. That one's rare though.
The Sonnet Swamp.
The thing is as well, this looks like the game looks a lot different played now compared to previous runs people have done, because this is the first run done on a newer version of the game. So there we go. We just skip over that wall. Sword flying, baby. The good thing as well as streamline mode added us, we don't need to stop for any dialogue there. This is one of those situations where there's dialogue aplenty. And Humgrimp kind of shows us here that he can move stuff out of the book. At some point here, though, during this cutscene, we can start moving. And I try to abuse that to sword fly early. I didn't do it that time. I just started jumping in place, which obviously not ideal. Now we just need to wait. The fun thing here is you can abuse the momentum of the platform going up, and it increases your jump height, which is very nice. And then you just know onwards. There we go. There is a way to tell if you've jumped high enough as well. Yeah, your arm really hurts by the end of this. There we go. I actually learned this game doing sword fly in the wrong way, which ended up being very painful. But here's the most important part of the game.
Jot cleared his mind.
Me too.
Now he was ready to grab the fish.
Are we ready to grab the fish?
Fish grabbed.
Yes!
Plucky Squire gently released the fish into the water.
That was a minigame. You can imagine the type of minigames that this game has. At some point, I will be running alt play minigame % of this game. Won't be for a bit. Because I just want to get any percent out of the way first.
Ventured on. The sounds of the daytime chorus began to fade, and the light began to dwindle.
It's not a good sign that my arm is already hurting. Okay. Yeah, there we go. So you can hear when I start sword flying, there's kind of like a you're hitting the wall kind of sound effect. The second that is gone, you can fly forwards. When I personally do it early, when I move like I will just attack the ground and it wastes like half a second, not even. I just don't like doing it. Here's the first example of taking something out of the book to use it somewhere else. Obviously there's walls in the way, so we can't do much here. And we just avoid. Okay. That obviously is not ideal. That is the first time I've gotten thrown back that direction. But it worked out, actually, because we need to go over here to grab this block. So the timing actually worked with that platform. This block gets moved. There is an item we get later on in the game that makes it a lot easier to do these kinds of sections. Because the 2D sections don't happen all the time. Or, like, they don't really happen too often. Oh, sorry. We don't play them too often. They happen a little often. Really, really odd thing. On the first version of the game, this is the first kind of section where we have our apprentices disappearing. So when you enter cutscenes where they need to do something like that, all you see is a special effect, and that's it. No dialogue. Also, we have an elven bow. You know, if you don't want to know what we skipped by not going left where she raised the bridge. It was a huge section where you go into the 3D world to go get an elven bow. Takes like 5 minutes to do. We just sword fly. And we look wicked doing it.
Had squashed the bugs.
Okay. So that's one of a couple sections where that's gonna happen. This section we have to sword fly to the right, up and over here, otherwise we will get caught in dialogue. So to skip the dialogue happening, sword fly upright, and he just never talks to us. This is a similar situation. Where we kind of just have to skip that lady talking. It's a little annoying. But it saves time.
Jock could hear the big bug through the entrance.
And with that, we're almost done with this chapter, which is crazy. This is one of the more intense sword flying chapters.
It was time to finish this.
It flies by, no pun intended. And we skipped the minigame. We killed him! Big bug boss guy, dead. That was me. I did that all. Thank you. I accept my award. That was me. I'm so good at this game. Thank you.
The Plucky Squire, triumphant.
I will accept any and all accolades. Oh no, our elven bow is getting destroyed because we no longer need it. It's not like we actually earned it anyways. Here's another situation of we have to go sword fly just to avoid some dialogue. There we go. There's a fish that comes out. The fish from earlier actually comes out.
Finally.
And talks to us.
Heroes were out
so,
of the swamps.
Remember how that one like L shape, I kind of had to sword fly up and go around to avoid it? It's the reason because if you walk forwards, you go into a point where your characters are talking about seeing a huge bug off in the distance. And it picked up something. It picked up someone, actually, I think.
After some time, they arrived.
So yeah, that's what's going on.
At Artia.
At Artia.
Chapter 5. Artia.
That was a good chapter, actually. 9 minutes for that? I'll take it. So much of this run is movement-based. The bug spray reward goes to slight. Hell yeah, it does. That's my accolade, right? Welcome to Artia. This is like the kingdom for the land of Mojo. In case you weren't paying attention, we are in the land of Mojo. That's why they say Mojam and all that, like... So there's a certain, like, subset of things we need to do here. Helping this farmer is the main thing. Pretty much, this is how everything gets set off. Is helping this dude. He just wants his pigs back. That dog with a hat down there as well plays a part later. I cannot tell you why, but like... Artia does some weird stuff to my screen. I believe it's that, like, the refresh rate is weird in Artia, or it's that the game is trying to produce too many frames. So welcome, this is Big Pig. Welcome to Big Pig. Big Pig sleep. Obviously, we cannot pick up Big Pig. So we need to find another way to help Big Pig. Or bring Big Pig back to Farmer. Not Big Farmer, just regular Farmer. So here's the dog with a hat. What's this dog with a hat doing? I don't know, he's just sitting here with a dog with a hat. We could talk to him, ask what he's doing. Or we could talk to this guy over here with other hat. Clearly, two people with hats of the same color are going to, you know each other. That is the guess, at least. This dude with hat wants an apple. He needs some inspiration, and he thinks an apple will give him inspiration. So here we are. There are some people here. They obviously know violet because they are two colors. Doesn't blue and red make violet? Isn't that how it works? Or they make purple, sorry. But yeah, Violet knows these two people. They bullied her or something. They call her Splat. I don't fully know why that happens. But yeah, we have an apple now. We have this man's inspiration. That pig is having a time! Oh my god! Two of them! Jeez, they were shaky! They were vibrating up there vigorously! Alright. So we have this man's apple. Now he's just like, tell my dog that it's time for a nap. Okay. That makes sense, right? Maybe the dog will move. Is the dog on something that we want? Is that what's going on here? Now he's just like, it's time for your nap. If you talk to this dog prior, he kind of just was like, I have other stuff I need to do. I'm so special. We're gonna go 3D. You can actually get one roll off there before going 3D, which is nice. See that book down there that said Machines of Mayhem? Keep that in mind, because that plays a part later in the game. Okay. So this is the first time we're 3D, and we can actually use the dodge roll, which is nice. But this is the first time it really shows you that the world changes. When you're in the book, the world changes. Outside of the book. So yeah. Okay, sometimes sword flying is harder than it should be. Getting the timing right on it can be tough. Just because it's not always different, it's just the pace is a little weird. It's like if you miss input with one of the inputs, then you're kind of screwed. And you're going back down. Which is kind of why this is so much. Or this is... me vigorously pressing the button. We move this into place. And enter. Look at that! 3D world pretty much done now. What's gonna happen? We need to go through this portal. We need to get that second glove. What does that second glove do, you ask? Because we already have a glove that can turn pages. Well, we may be able to turn pages, but we cannot tilt pages. Oh, Page usually, I forgot Streamline Mode. Page does not show up here to, you know, give us the tutorial about that. Where will this pop us out? I don't know. We just go down here. Okay. Okay. Now, this one now is Z and X are the ones to tilt the pages. A and D rotates, but Z and X tilt. But here we need to enter some parts of the map we couldn't get to before. Obviously, we couldn't leave the book because there are a couple pigs left. Only 2. These guys are gonna talk to us. They're like, "Wow, you came back. Where were you?" Because they can't exit the book with us. That's just our power, and our power alone. Enter, please. Thank you. Get this pig. Back in. And pretty much that's Artia done. I might try a bathroom break in between chapters here. I missed it. Okay, so if you hold right and do an attack jump, you avoid getting that scroll entirely. Which just, it saves like a second. It honestly is not very much. But you know, you just don't have to do it. Now we need to go into the castle because obviously the Queen of Artia knows of us. I don't have enough time for a bathroom break here. I'm trying to think of the next time I do. Probably about 40 minutes. I think 2 more chapters I'll have enough time. Okay, so the Queen of Artia wants to see us now because we've done so much for the kingdom. And she's heard so much about the Plucky Squire. We are special. That is us. That mountain in the back Thrash is talking about, that's his homeland. Trarg Mountain. Trarg Mountain's kind of cool. We will be going to it next. The queen is having issues here. She's changing colors. She's like, what's going on? There's some weird shit going on in my kingdom. The second Trarg Mountain starts blowing up, we don't need to actually press anymore because this is all unskippable dialogue. If I didn't need to split, I would go to the washroom.
Thrash looked on in shock. What was happening in his homeland?
Unfortunately, most of the stuff for the next while, like most of the chapter switches are where the longest cutscenes are.
Chapter 6, very metal.
So there's not really bathroom break there unless I'm willing to not split.
Our heroes reflected upon this rather explosive development.
So
and decided that Jot and Thrash
my fault
should
for not going
investigate
prior.
at once.
So how do we feel about that Linus Tech Tips drama that's going on? Kind of interesting and weird stuff, right? Very metal. Literally.
After a bracing trek across the wilds,
I might just change the
Mosia,
chapter names to what
Jot
they're
and
called.
Thrash arrived at Trarg Mountain.
Also, if we don't know the lore behind why my final split is called Bop Torc, is because Torc 9 is the whole world record holder for Rayman 3, the game I first started speedrunning.
To get to the bottom
and
of all this bother.
You know, always just kind of want to bop Torc. Even though Torc owns that game. He destroys
After
everything.
a good time, they arrived at a lofty plateau.
I'm pretty sure Thrash only says like one thing here, and then we skip. So we sword fly down, because there'd be some dialogue here. But instead of going into that dialogue, we just kind of avoid. Moonbeard's gonna call us up. There's been drama since Gabriel next to... Yeah, but like now it's about all of his employees leaving. Which is also kind of interesting. I mean, probably says something. Like his longtime employees are leaving. Oh wow, look, there's a dying old man here. That's probably not good. Well, the thing is about it is that's the elder for the Trargs. Unfortunately, he's slow to talk to him. So we just kind of accept that he's dying and leave. It's really funny, actually. Okay. I had to stop flying there because it legitimately stopped me from moving when flying. Which means I was too high. I went so high in the wall that I hit a second wall.
To even greater heights.
At least I believe. There's a couple times that can happen. Alright, welcome to the next minigame. Remember how I said the old guy was dead? He's not dead. He is dead. Now he's a ghost. His name's Krong. He is obviously the elder. Thrash, you know.
Let's see if you've got
Rob burned out, having multiple jobs, no pay raise. Yeah, pretty much. I don't remember the main guy that left, or the last one that left. It was just that it wasn't in his contract. Like, he didn't
accepted the challenge.
have it, like, there was a cap. Like, not negotiating that is obvious. Like, it's... Unfortunately, it's his fault. Like, if you don't negotiate for yourself and invest in your future, if you don't think you're gonna be at the company long enough to think about that, it makes sense. But if he wanted to stay there and not cause a fuss about leaving, then he should have thought about that earlier. The life of a tech worker, literally. Hell, I am not working at the tech company I was at anymore because there's some sketchy shit. We're just gonna call it some sketchy shit. Oh, look, The Machines of Mayhem by Tony Tungsten. All of this stuff's missing from there. Are they taking stuff from this book, from other books, to move into our book? Is that how Humgrump is gonna, like, defeat us? This bunny is scared. Why is this bunny scared? Well, in the dark hole, there's a rat. But we don't care. The bunny can be scared. Oh my god, there's snakes. Let's just use this path over here to escape. Let's just jump onto it. Oh my god, Thrash, you took our only path out. Alright, it's fine. Because we can just fly. Because snakes notoriously don't like the air, right? Like, snakes on a plane? That could never happen. Who's ever heard of that? Either way, next room. This is a weird point in the original version of the game, if you're playing it. For some reason, Thrash isn't here. Thrash just stopped being with us. And from that point on, Thrash is no longer with us. Like, not as in like he's dead. This is a point where if you go too far right, the game crashes. So if I go over that enemy wall and to the right too far, the game for me has just crashed. Other times it's forced me into a cutscene. But yeah, all not good options. I think this bunny talks to us. He does. The Mega Eagle. So the Mega Eagle screeches. That's kind of cool. We don't like gates. So let's go meet the Mega Eagle.
Our heroes scaled the perilous rock
face. $20 off at Shoppers Drug Mart for Valentine's Day gifts and essentials. Oh, also my phone. I have a belly bolt. It's a Korean belly bolt from when my friend went to Korea. I also have this, which I haven't opened yet.
The Mega Eagle.
Is a Korean thing of Evolving Skies. Korean booster box of Evolving Skies, just sitting on my desk unopened. There are 30 packs in here, and I've just yet to open them.
To rumble.
I know, Evolving Skies. Old pack, too. Skip the minigame, because the Mega Eagle. Mega Eagle is impressed.
The Mega Eagle soared into the starry sky. An impressed smile upon its beak.
It is very impressed and smiley. Alright, more stuff to skip. Trog speed, guys. Alright.
Meanwhile, across the
Here,
land,
we're gonna like fourth wall break a little bit.
at Moonbeard's house.
We're taking up Moonbeard's house. Moonbeard's actually gonna look up and talk to us because he knows that we are like watching him. Kind of cool. I'm trying to think if there's like any point before the point I'm thinking about to take a bathroom break, but I don't think so. This is what I get for drinking too much water. Okay. Remember earlier how I said I talked about it when we had that Moonbeard chapter. I talked about how he showed us we can grab things from other pages to move to other pages, and like progress. This is like the one point where we're gonna utilize it halfway, kinda. Not behind that tree though. So Moonbeard wants this mushroom for the potion he's making. But here's the funny thing, is that Moonbeard, in order to make the potion, he doesn't actually need it. He just wants us to look at him and then go right back. And then we kind of just throw it down there and move on with our lives. That's it. In case you're wondering, that's how you make a potion. You just kind of look at it and throw the mushroom somewhere else. Booking stream part 2. This guy's gonna get in our way. He has his like, you know. Pretty much his instruction is just block our way and not let anybody pass. He's doing that great horizontally. Vertically, he could be a little bit better. This as well, this part, I didn't know for the longest time there was dialogue here because I was playing the game on version 1.1. In which, remember how I said earlier Thrash was just gone at one point? Yeah, Thrash is not there, so he can't say his dialogue. You just kind of look at the bunnies rocking, jamming out, and you just move on with your life. Kind of cool. Okay, bye-bye! These guys, throw some on off because they're not, like, doing the right job. Yeah, that's right, Thrash. I also really did not know all that dialogue is there either. So, obviously, like, there is points to the game that version 1.1's faster. But not having streamlined mode is just, it's not worth it.
Ahead of them was
because there's a lot of, there are some parts later with a lot of dialogue where it saves a significant amount of time, but still a significant amount of time is like 7 seconds. I'd rather spam through 7 seconds longer of dialogue than have to sit through like all the time it stops you later in the game, especially. So for some reason, this as well as a minigame, the tank goes off the mountain. We beat it. How many pieces do you think it'll be broken into when it hits the bottom? I'm gonna think at least 10. That looks like 10.
On the ground below, into approximately 280 million pieces.
I was close. I did say at least 10. I wasn't wrong. All right, so here we are. Thrash's family is locked in a cage. And good job, guys. We finished the chapter. Very metal. I don't know what they're saying. I legitimately don't know. I know that once they walk off screen, I can start thinking about moving to the right. They're gonna do it one more time. Now they're getting ready to leave. Yep. I didn't mean to attack there. I don't know why I did.
Jart and Thrash looked down from the cliffside. In the very far distance, they could spy a convoy.
A convoy! Cause we got a big old convoy rocking through the night. Yeah, we got a big old convoy. Ain't she a beautiful sight?
Humgrump's cavalcade was heading.
We're moving on. Where are they heading? This is my favorite level in the game.
7. Beach Battle Boogie.
Beach Battle Boogie. We are heading to Boogie Beach. I love Boogie Beach.
Our heroes
This,
followed the
I like the
cavalcade to
intro
coast,
of Beach Battle Boogie so
to
much,
the funky
we're gonna
land
watch
of
it twice.
Boogie Beach.
You're gonna know what I'm talking about in just a minute. So, there's a flamingo up here. We don't like flamingos. I actually love flamingos. We don't like flamingos enough to talk to them, though. That's the thing. So, to avoid the flamingo, and conveniently the enemies pass the flamingo, we'll just kind of roll. Because we're on a roll. Again, enemies. We don't like enemies. Move on. Welcome to the first time in the game since getting Swordfly, we have to kill enemies. That was the best I've ever killed them. That was the fastest by far I've ever killed those enemies. So this chapter, amongst being my favorite, is also Soft Block City. But pretty much that guy is stuck in the sand so much that neither of us can pull him out. We need help. We need to go get Tumba. Where is Tumba? Tumba is back under a tree. Found Tumba. This is Tumba. We like Tumba. Tumba is the replacement for Violet right now. Because we don't have Violet anymore. She's gone off with Boonbeard. We don't get Violet back, ever. Hope you like Tumba. Tumba's much better anyways, don't worry. I know, very unceremonial way to kill off Violet in the story.
Jart and Tumba beheld
the funky land of Boogie Beach. Alright, we need to do the same thing again. These flamingos will just talk to us. That's all we're skipping this time. There aren't enemies to skip. This time there are enemies here. These guys are very mean. So we'll just progress. And now Tumba's gonna help us. Because Tumba's the only one with the shovel. Tumba can show us hidden routes too, which we get to abuse in a little bit. Well, not really abuse, like legitimately as part of the story. So, every player who's ever played this game up to this point has abused Tumba. That was a bad way to say it. Guys, don't abuse Tumba. Tumba's a good guy. Or girl. I actually don't know what Tumba is. I don't... There's a secondary wall here. We just have to fly over it. And if we fall down, we hit that glitch bird, which also loses time because we pick up the glitch bird and we sit in that corner, which, yeah. And we need to sit here because, you know, we're never going to see Violet again. Oh my god, we saw Violet again! Conveniently done. Violet needs to say hello to Tumba. Now, do we like Violet or Tumba? Which one's better?
Oh, jam!
I don't know. That's a tough one. But at least Tumba can show us hidden things like this path that totally just, you know, wasn't around the corner. This is a weird one where this wall has 2 levels. Alright, now welcome to Buccaneer Bay. Buccaneer Bay has a very good soundtrack. Alright, that was Buccaneer Bay. I hope you liked Buccaneer Bay. This is the Leafy Canopy. I hope you liked Leafy Canopy. Alright, that was a Leafy Canopy. And now this is where Soft Block City starts. That was very good enemy spawns. They did not roll out of my way at all. So there's a couple ways that you can soft block here. You can soft block if you spam too fast. You see how it kind of just glitched out for a second there while it... So what it was doing was it was creating the 3D world because we're about to go 3D. And it's not spawned in until this point. We can get in exactly 2 rolls. Before progressing here. This is another odd spot where if we don't do a certain thing, we will soft lock the game. I cannot tell you why this is what happens. I'm gonna roll up here extra far just to be safe. Okay. If you don't go far enough up there, something that needs to open up here just won't open. So you see how there's like a mask over the portal over here? If you don't roll up the ruler far enough, I guess to render it before you kill the first enemy, then it just won't open. I think it's that it's not knowing that you have defeated the first enemy, because you're usually supposed to obviously go this way, because this is the regular way, and defeat the top enemies first, then go down and hit the enemies in the lower section. But if I didn't mess up that jump the first time, it saves time to do what we did. But then, you know, it doesn't spawn in, and then there's the whole issue. So here we are. This is the first and only time that the mice have survive 2 hits. I don't know why. Yeah. Again, that's the first and only time it happens, which is very nice. We're picking up these dragon eggs, because they are gonna opens the gate for us to progress. What we need right now is we are getting the bomb glove, because there are some tanks in the way in the book that if we move forward, they're going to shoot us. We blow up. Obviously, they win because the tanks don't come from our book. They were stolen from that Tony Tungsten book. So we need, you know, some outside sources in order to defeat them. So, up here, that man can really Kobe some bombs if we're not careful. The dinosaur wants us to clear the mice on him. The mice are 2D, so we're back to being 1 HP. Alright, there we go. So the mice are defeated. We're gonna enter now, I guess, the first mini-game that isn't skippable, because it actually progresses the current level we're in. Whereas most mini-games up to this point have been in their own little world. They've been like, it's cutscene, mini-game, and then cutscene again. We have an axe now. The thing about this as well is we can't dodge roll, so if the dinosaurs get in our way, the only way to get past them is to jump them or hit them once and then walk through. It is still damage boosting if you do that, though. Also, if you hit the trees at the right... you can jump over that tree, and I just didn't. I am not thinking. I'm just talking. I need to stop talking and do more playing the game. I'm gonna do that. That was annoying. Also, you hit in a three-hit combo, so if you are just spamming E, or you spamming attack, you're not gonna have the right timing there. These guys die in one hit, thank God. Also, if you time your jump with your last attack, because your last attack gives you momentum, you actually fly really far on the jump. Like, it's not enough that we do it normally. Welcome as well, Time Tim. I think this is probably one of only 2 times we're ever gonna meet Time Tim. You can enter that portal immediately. I just didn't there because I'm really good at the game. Really good at the game. Okay. I need to drink water. I've been talking too much. On the bright side, we're more than halfway through the game. We didn't get screwed by RNG. This part is weird. If you hold left as you're coming in here, it'll spawn you back. It'll mess up a little bit and have like a little moment of like, what are you doing? So yeah, as I said earlier, we're gonna bomb these guys. That guy sounds like Zoidberg. Let me end the book, please. Thank you. They're gonna be like, wow! We were just standing here out of boredom, and then these guys blew up. That's crazy, right, guys? Yeah, it is crazy. Everyone here is gonna walk to the right. They're trying to find us a path throughout the trees. There's this portal. This is one time we can't just sword fly to the end, and it is kind of annoying. We need to actually spawn that area. And then enter it. Otherwise, the exit actually isn't spawned. Which is a little annoying. So this is a part where the game is interesting. Because we can kind of just cheese this puzzle. Because the developer left in something I don't think he knows is here. That little piece right there. And, of course, it's a wall. It's us. We sword fly it. Here is a point... Okay, it's after this room. So I'm just gonna keep climbing, make sure I'm over this wall. And I just keep flying. I'm over that wall too. This is a part that's not in any runs up till now. If you sword fly up here, go all the way to the top and then down at the bottom into the next room, you skip Tumba having to leave. Well, at least the cutscene. Tumba still leaves, because otherwise the game would probably soft lock.
Our heroes climbed to a grassy
like
vantage point
almost 20 seconds.
and looked below to see
But here's the reason it's not in any point up till now.
an enormous
In 1.1,
clanking
because you're sword flying,
machine.
Tumba's not with none of your apprentices are with you. So that's something you only need to do if you're running a newer version of the game.
From the machine rose scores of dangerous-looking vehicles.
But also, we're coming up to the bathroom break, which I'm very happy
Before
about.
our heroes' eyes sped away towards Artia.
Artia's under attack, by the way. Yeah, we're coming up on bathroom break. I'm gonna have to speedrun it.
And so, our heroes sprinted off to Artia.
To Artia!
Chapter 8. Clash at the Castle.
So chapter 8 is...
The gang arrived
something.
at Artia to see the aftermath of a great battle.
Because this is all like, this is a very
army of
short
Artia
chapter.
had been thoroughly defeated
Technically.
by Humgrump's forces.
Like, this is the point of the game where it's hard to fully know where to split. Also, you know, the tanks are here too, but we're just gonna kind of accept that they're here. Artia's under attack. I'm still just deciding in my head where I'm going to split. Funny thing, if you're at 1.1, neither Thrash nor Violet are here, and you just hear this, you hear these sounds. But the strat is still the same, in that you just swordplay. And that's pretty much it. Okay, here's the robe guy. We haven't really talked about robe guy. Robe guy... I feel like there was more... meant to be more behind robe guy. Also, some deep lore we need to learn here. So here we have like a face-off between Humgrump and Moonbeard. What are we gonna find here? Oh my god, younger brother Moonbeard. They're brothers! Oh my god, the two wizards in the game are brothers? That's crazy. Now, we're in cages. And he turned around. Oh my god, Moonbeard's dead! That's all. Hope you like that lore. I actually don't need to be spamming anymore.
And now Humgrump sat upon the Artia throne.
So this is like technically
his rightful role
the chapter change.
as the grand ruler of all.
I'm trying to think if there's a
Mojo.
reason I wouldn't split here. Wrong button. Lost half a second there. So you need to spam. Wow, that's game. Credits roll. All possible futures. One possible future. Devolver Digital. More like Dethroner Digital. Am I right, guys? This is where you get to hear how fast I'm spamming. There we go. Bathroom break.
Once upon a time, there was a magnificent wizard named Humgrump. Lord Humgrump ruled
we
the
made it with
land
time
of
to spare.
Mojo, overlooking
Oh my
all
gosh.
from his
Look at
splendid
that.
palace. He was the ruler of Mojo because he was the greatest person who had ever lived in the land, and he knew what was best for its people.
This is the longest chapter in the game.
The
Note
loyal
to self,
ones would be
you don't need to
treated
speedrun
with
this
great
bathroom break.
grace and fairness, and taxed at the very reasonable rate of 96%. The disloyal ones, well, they would be put in their place.
Yeah, pretty much we're in an alternate universe now where all
And
Humgrump
that
is the
was
king,
a place which was many miles underground
which kind of sucks.
and was known as
Humgrump.
deep doom.
Deep doom, guys. Deep doom.
One such disloyal subject was the wretched Squire Jot, who found himself now imprisoned in a cell in the depths of deep doom, which was exactly where he belonged.
So pretty much here. It's just... This is the longest chapter in the game, so there's a lot to tell. Really, we don't have our sword here, so what do we learn when we don't have our sword? No dodge roll! Another thing Streamline Mode adds is that
into the terrifying
also
of
the narrator obviously has changed to be a bad guy now.
Inside which awaited a frightening.
Well, not really bad. He just he switches to whatever the book is themed. So it's themed around us. He's like super pro Jot. When it switches to Humgrum, he's like, Jot's a bitch, pretty much.
The energy beam looked warm and enticing.
See, now the way they do this, like the way the dev did the dialogue here is really cool. Like honestly, Streamline Mode makes it so you skip a lot of the great dialogue here, which I'm a little iffy on. But then again, the biggest complaint people had in this game is it was super handholdy, which it definitely is. Like this stuff, yeah. Now there's 2 wretched fugitives, not a great development. It would stop you to tell you that. Like the game used to stop you and it make you and the narrator would say that, which was really cool. But we skip it.
Ahead of the fugitives lay a data center stocked full of wonderful life-affirming paperwork.
Yep, life-affirming paperwork, guys.
And patrolled by highly competent guards.
Very highly competent. But we have Secret Agent Pip. He thought Secret Agent Clank from Ratchet and Clank was cool. We got him better. We have a mouse.
A plan quite obviously
Clank's a robot.
To hilarious failure.
Clearly, we skipped the minigame. So much better.
Mouse had made it past the troops and opened a vent to let his equally horrid associate through.
The associate?
This turn of events was
not very pleasing. I don't. Yeah, there's. So it would also stop you here and be like, bother. Oh, it does. Okay, it does stop you when it says bother, but usually he's just like he would narrate everything that's on the floor there. Remember as well, we don't have our swords. We cannot sword fly this wall. Even if we did, we need to pick up that wand. That's something we have to do either way, as you'll see later. Because we do get our sword back by the time we help Thrash. The one thing I have benefited from this game is I can really spam the buttons now. Like, I've really gotten very good at the art of spamming a button. That's all. But I unironically play this game. Plucky Squire is such an amazing game. Also, if you have a PlayStation Plus Premium, you have this game. So there's no excuse to not play this game. There are a couple soft locks. Now there were 3 of them! Could they not just sit still? Sorry, the narrator would usually say that, so I have to.
Another data center lay ahead of the treacherous trio. The cocky rodent prepared to
he's
sneak
cocky
his way
now.
Again.
He did it once, so now he's cocky.
Smug arrogance that would
Oh,
no
yeah.
doubt be his undoing.
Smug arrogance. I actually played these minigames recently. These ones are good minigames. They're like, if you ever played like,
Once again, the furry little
I don't know what the
nuisance
other game is,
somehow
but
made it
Cadence of
through.
Hyrule, where you have to like move on the beat. I don't.
And once again,
Crypt of the
granted access to
Necrodancer.
his dratted
That-
colleagues.
It has that style of movement,
This
but it's like
outcome
a grid that you act. It's like there's walls you have to
and
move
rather
around
brought
and avoid the
into
guards.
question the competency
Really
of the
cool.
guards and the
But I need to practice it if I'm going to do an
effectiveness
all
of their
minigame
training
run,
curriculum.
which I will. I will be doing an all mini game.
If
So
one
this
ran
is
fast enough,
the,
one could definitely slip through the gaps of the whizzing belt.
This is the longest part of the chapter. Because they're all like, oh, we need to go get our stuff back. So, if you saw during the cutscene that I went to the washroom during, this book is up on a shelf because obviously it's Humgrub now, and the kid who is in this room doesn't give a shit about Humgrub. He's just a side character. So the fact that it's a Humgrub book, it just gets put on the shelf. We forget about it. But here's a look at the area we need to go through and why it's going to take so long. Yeah. We don't get to skip a lot of this. There is a little bit of, I think, RNG to this, though. It's hard to say if it is RNG, because with the right movement, I've had it work in my favor every time. But I'm not 100% if that's the way it's supposed to go. So I don't know. But we shall see. So pretty much we need to go get this box from down here. This box is gonna go on this button. We can throw it because it's gonna work out for us either way. We should have enough time to get out here without dying. We do. Okay. Actually, we should have gone straight up. I could have gone straight up. I could have saved so much time there. I am a little bit stupid. This one we actually do need to go down because the laser gets down here and it's the only way to block it. Didn't need to take damage there, but it's not gonna matter. This is the part that I don't think it's a global cycle. I think the cycle starts the second you leave being 2D. Okay. So now we can also just avoid these guys, because they're all going to run out after us, but they cannot go down that hill. That's the nice thing. That guy, he got kind of sidetracked by us there, which is very nice. This guy's cycles work out perfectly. He's a Pokemon trainer. He looks up and down, or he looks left, he looks down. That's all he ever does. This guy, there's no beating him. We just kind of have to go with his cycle. Same with the next guy. He also can just look right there for no reason at all. Yeah, this guy, it's unfortunate. We just kind of have to wait here until he's done. There's no like skipping. Luckily, that's the only part where that's gonna matter. Now we just need to wait here for the laser to get blocked by the cube, and we can progress. No more sneaking for us. Actually, there is one more part where we're gonna sneak, but it's not for a little bit. You can sneak here. So we grab the stamp here, which I almost didn't grab. You don't need to grab the stamp yet. I don't think. I've always done it, so I've never tried. I think it might save like a second or two. Not even that. It might just save like half a second to not do it yet. So remember how the beetles could auto-kill us or like insta-kill before we had the sword? Obviously, we don't have the sword again, so the beetles are out. Yes, the beetles. This beetle is a different scenario. He didn't actually see me there. It's fine. Yeah, the first beetle, if you just sprint from the get-go, he doesn't know. This guy is RNG, where he is. But we need to use him as a platform. That's also pretty much just showing you, hey, you can do this. Use it later on in the game. We never will. But hey, we have our sword back, so we get to do our favorite thing. Y'all ready to sword fly? Also, we can do that. This one we kill the rats, because if we don't, these walls are very weird. That's why. That's why we pretty much drop into all of these rooms. So otherwise, you have to fly around without seeing. This is a camera I've never had before. None of these guys can actually get to us, which is very kind. This is our second glove. It's very nice. Usually Paige would show up there, but it's streamline mode, so Paige is not there. And I remember those guys we had to sneak past earlier. We're gonna throw some bombs on them, because that solves all of our issues. There are a few guys back here, which... Okay, one. Actually, that wasn't bad, because all of the guys spawned back where... Or, like, they ran back to where I needed them. They can really get stuck behind that painting, and then it's a guessing game on where they are. Even though in 3D, your attacks kind of have homing, which is so nice. But it's not very useful. Also, Paige is getting talked to us now, because we collected all of our power-ups, so we can go back to the book, get back in, solve all of the issues of the game. But... Go. I don't know why I said but there. There is no benefit to being able to do what I just did. I forgot, you can just walk under these. When you're holding the box, you can walk under it, guys. This guy needs to die, so does the next one, just because they get in our way. Activate the button, progress. This one, I always try and drop way too fast, and then I get killed by that laser. Don't do that. Don't be like me. It's pretty much just showing you there's a scroll down there. We need to just run straight down here. Except I am not rolling the best way I can. Okay. And back in the book. Or not back in the book. It's not back in the book time yet. Because the book is on the shelf. And the book being on the shelf means that we can't return it to the way it needs to be yet. Because the Plucky Squire would never, ever, ever, ever be on the shelf. That's unacceptable. So, we need to fix that. And we need to do that by tilting the book. Not by turning the page. Oddly enough. Now that it's on the ground, we can teleport back down, open the book, get back in, do everything we need. I have never seen that glitch. It just auto-opened for me. That is new. Yeah, also we just stopped the gears. Okay, I thought I could fit through that tiny little gap. I was wrong. Hey, Minibeard. Oh, see ya. So, also, little thing here. Why is Minibeard here? If Moonbeard's not alive, aren't they the same person? That's weird. Yeah, that's about it. It's like, isn't that kind of weird? These guys decide it's time to attack us. My spamming is not good, apparently. I'm not clicking it with one of my fingers or something. Luckily, we are coming to the end of having to sword fly. So this is the part where I said we don't sword fly over the wall because we need it. We need the item. And then we just click the button because it's faster. I've never actually personally tried to sword fly over that wall, so I don't know if there's an issue with doing it. Who could be in the cell? Is it Tumba? Disappointed. It's not Tumba, guys. Okay, Pip is part of the Mojang this time.
Mojang!
Good job, Pip. All right. Progression. This one is weird. So this is one of the times where I have to fly until I hear the end of the wall, because if you fall down there, those two guards will talk to each other, and it takes a while before they start spawning bombs to, you know, kill you. So that's just one of the points where all you gotta do is listen to the audio cue, and you're good. There we go. So there's, again, it's like the place in Boogie Beach where there was a secondary wall above, like where I had to fly over the blimp. That's kind of what happens there. I just kind of forget where I had to fly sometimes.
The third data center lay ahead of the band of miscreants.
This is the last data center, so I hope you guys liked seeing Pip in a hat.
Once again, the wretched rodent prepared to scuttle through.
You did.
However, the guards would now certainly apprehend their prey,
They will.
having recently undergone extensive training in their core
Extensive
competencies.
training. Super, super good training. Great training. Well,
Well, what a great load of good all the guards' training had done.
yeah. Tell me about it.
A stellar job all round, stopping the wretched rodent from getting past and granting access to his chums. The troops
Literally.
will surely be commending
Tell me
each
about
other
it.
for their flawless performance. From the bottom of the pit, into which they would soon be banished.
Yup. The bottom of the pit. They're banished. Alright, we see Shop Girl there again. Wow, look, there's a picture of Humgrum
Band of
highlighted in
borderers
green.
emerged
I wonder what that could mean. That's
and laid
very
their
odd.
eyes upon their
Why
undoing.
is he like that? Is that maybe something that I can, like,
A very
grab?
solid, very
a solid
closed
door? Oh
iron
no.
door.
Of course. It's an iron door. I can't sword fly this one. Obviously, I'm gonna have to go grab that picture. And use it as the facial recognition. That's crazy. I guess that sucks. Or, well, maybe that wall is just fake. That's fine. There we go. Well, I hope you guys like sword flying.
The fugitives made their traitorous ascent towards
Yay!
the surface.
Elevators!
The elevator cable proving annoyingly reluctant to snap.
The narrator's so cool in this game. He's so good.
And so they arrived at the surface.
Uh,
And with uncomprehending awe in their traitorous eyes, they gazed upwards to see the monumentally majestic Palace of Humgrum.
I think upon the fade out of this screen is when I split here. Because then we kind of entered the final chapter area. Well, welcome to the final chapter. But we're gonna learn a little bit more about Humgrum
Young
first.
Humgrum fancied himself as a poet.
He looks like me. Weird.
Oh, butterfly.
He likes butterflies.
Why do you fly? Nothing but a butterfly. Flitter,
Flitter, butter, flitter, butter.
Butter, flitter, butter, flitter. Butter.
This is art.
Flew?
This is art. Oh my god. Oh my god, put this guy in the Smithsonian, the Louvre. He's up there with like Leonardo DiCaprio. Oh my god. A thumbs down!
By each and every one. He vowed never
Crazy!
to release another poet into the ungrateful world. His anguish would eventually transform into rage.
That's
that
fair.
would propel him towards his ultimate destiny.
No, that's valid. I would crash out too,
The
there,
symbol
sir.
of his rejection would become the symbol of his vengeance against an unjust world.
Same.
The symbol of the humble butterfly.
Humble butterfly, baby. The humble one. Not the egregious one. Is that the opposite? Am I doing that right? No. Well, we're gonna ignore it. I'm not a poet either. Alright, welcome to the castle of Humgrum. This guy is here. Last time we saw that man was in Artia, I think. So this is just the start of the end of the game, pretty much.
So, finally, here you are.
Yep. I'm here. He's been waiting.
I have been observing you.
Oh, sorry, observing. He hasn't been waiting. He's been observing. How dare I
What a journey
misspeak?
you have been on.
Yeah, a big one. Big journey. Kind of like the you know, the one where they took the midnight train going, that kind of journey. Anywhere. Snakes! Are they on a plane?
What fears you have confronted?
Yeah, the ones about snakes, apparently. So, pro tip, fly better there than me. No matter what you do, you get thrown into that little talking section. This is a weird part where I had
And
some time
yet,
during practicing.
All your efforts
If you
have
fly
been
too high,
for naught.
you legitimately pretty much lose the ability to progress. So I drop down and roll through that section instead of just straight flying all the way, because otherwise you can't get into the exit. And losing out right there, it loses you so much time. It's like a couple minutes. Because you cannot get back down is the thing. Because once you're up there, you're gone. But here's Humgrum. Hey, little buddy. So what we have left is a boss rush and then the final boss. Oh no, we're trapped. Okay, that's it. We lose. The book stays as Humgrum. Credits roll. Well, what's gonna happen now? Could there be a way out of this? Oh my god, he's asleep in a flippy bubble. Who was that? Holy crap. It's Moonbeard. He didn't die. Spoiler alert. Why? Okay, this is a section I don't know why Minibeard is now white when we just saw Minibeard earlier when Moonbeard was dead. Dead. dead.
The
And he was full
little
color.
Humgrump zapped me
So,
and vaporized me
I don't
into
know.
a cloud of ink.
oh, also no more
Almost
sword flying.
Dignified, I must say.
We have officially done all the sword fighting in the game.
In my cloudy form, I floated wispily through the room until I finally landed on a sheet of ultra-absorbent kitchen roll.
Ultra absorbent kitchen roll.
And through a little magic, found
Important, guys.
myself reformed.
Ooh. See, kitchen roll does wonders. Keep that in mind. Always restock. Violet's very happy that Moonbeard's back. Good job, Violet, right? I will say, this has been a good run where I don't see a lot of time saved. Oh, yeah, boss rush time. So, now Humgrum's gonna turn into every single boss that we faced, but we only personally faced 2 of them,
It seemed rather annoying.
I think.
Descending upon our
Yeah.
heroes with a combative cry.
So the Mega Eagle, obviously we've seen that.
Thrash,
Thrash
twirled
took
his
down that one.
drumsticks and got ready.
Now Thrash is gonna take it down again.
rumble.
And turn page. Wow! First boss down! Good job. Team effort. We didn't see this.
Violet readied her wand.
I believe this is a mini game somewhere that we don't play.
It was time to get magical.
I don't know. I have not actually played the game normally in a very long time. That's the first time, other than the very
Honey
first
Badger
boss,
seemed rather
or
annoyed.
the very first mini game that I clicked early.
Just
Or I didn't
prepared
click it.
for
I
a
didn't click early.
dust-up.
First time I missed the skip minigame thing. And that's the last minigame we had to do. Humgrump's not very impressed. It's about to get uncomfortable. I hope y'all like the word moist, because that describes this section pretty well. Yup, he's transforming. This isn't even his final form. Crazy. Ruh-roh! He's gone! Oh no! Let's follow him. Okay, we're past the last softlock of the game. Yeah, he's a freaking butterfly now, dude. That's kind of crazy. So here, if I can land it, there is another trick that I have added. Wow. Never had that that has never happened before. There we go. So, as well... Okay. Alright, this is the last bit. Alright, so this is showing us pretty much a mini game that we would have had to play earlier, but we actually just didn't. Where we get the gun and this little rocket guy in our backpack. I think it was kind of like, I want to say Contra. I actually don't know. I haven't played Contra. So here, we pretty much just have to kill Humgrump. There's a couple ways to do it. I like to bounce between the eyes. I know I've seen other people in runs, they go for the tongue. I legitimately don't know if the tongue is faster or not. But if you get hit in between phases here, it'll soft lock you. You just cannot do damage anymore. Now he has a shield on. There's a couple different ways this can go. You want him to spawn this thing, and then... like, immediate asteroids is the fastest thing he can do. I'm gonna go for the tongue this time. The thing is, I feel like I am less consistent hitting the tongue. Just going for the eyes is typically my best way to do it. Okay, he's got one more phase. So we're almost set. Alright. Almost at the end. This is the last time he spawns this. But this is the fastest thing that he can do. I don't know why he spawns a tennis ball, but also the tennis ball eats up all of those shots, which is also very nice. And there we go. Final boss beaten. Legitimately, it's GG's. There is very little gameplay left for me to do here. It's just getting to the end of the game. That is a pace. That is a pace and a half. You did. Oh, you did give him right good bop. We're about to bop Torc too. Crazy. Yeah. Okay. Now there isn't really much left to do for us, but to spam dialogue. The game ends upon the words "the end" appearing as well, in case anybody's wondering. All right, dance time. We got music jamming soon. Oh, hey, Minibeard. Come on, Minibeard.
And so, after battling Humgrump's remaining army, the forces of good reclaimed the land of Mojo and brought peace back to the land. Artia Castle was restored to its former glory. And the people of Mojo came from far and wide to gather at the town. Celebrating their freedom with a marvelous party.
Alright, it's not a dance party to the end, though. We do have some dialogue to spam through here.
Taking a break from the revelry, Jot noticed something.
Just a little bit.
A robed figure standing near the entrance to the castle.
I'm spamming too early.
He made
I
his way
don't need to
over
do anything yet.
to
There's a while.
investigate.
Yeah, that's right. Time Tim is the robe guy. I know that was built up really well because we saw the robe guy like 4 times and we saw Time Tim once. So clearly this means a lot. I feel like this is done to make us think that it's like a Time Tim game coming out, which would be cool. I don't know if the dev is making more of this style of game though, or if he's gonna go something else. I would have thought ending on them saying Mojam would be a great end of the game. No, there's no dialogue. All right, that's it. No more dialogue. The end is it. All right, in a couple seconds.
The end.
151:11. 151:11.